Let me read to you from Josh Rogan. He's a columnist for the Washington Post, covers foreign policy, and his title is "The World is Waking Up to the Character of the Chinese Communist Party." That Beijing's early cover-up, its ongoing refusal to share critical scientific information and honest data, and its use of aid and economic leverage to reward political loyalty or punish critics are shocking to all. The Communist Party regime will do anything to protect its own interests, regardless of the damage to public health. Dan, you covered these issues for a long time, and do you think it's possible that they knew about these effects on children and didn't tell anyone?
Well, I think with China, there's always two concerns. The first is their ability to collect the data. And they're not always very good at that. They've got a poorly functioning bureaucracy. Think of the Soviet Union and all the mistakes that they made, just sheer incompetence. But the second question that's more nefarious has been their efforts to conceal the truth. They're always seeking to use their state-run media to repress their own population and whitewash their very damaged international reputation. The last thing they would want is for the world to know the extent of the coronavirus pandemic in China. They've concealed its severity, and it wouldn't be, in my view, beyond the realm of possibility, since they're not sharing any of the data, that they did know some of this information. They're far from being any sort of the reliable partner that the international community needs right now in this time of crisis.
I want to ask you about that international community and our allies. Are we in a position now where we can bring together our allies to have some sort of effect on China's role in the world here, since we're all dealing with a pandemic that obviously started in China? We don't know exactly where, but we know that they hit it and that it is hurting the rest of the world.
It did start in China, and what's more is the FBI is reporting that Chinese sophisticated hackers are trying to steal our COVID-19 vaccine research. That ought to tell you something about the way that they operate. And I think this is, if there's a silver lining in this pandemic, it's a wake-up call for our allies who should be concerned about supply chain, particularly in high technology like Huawei, where China has backdoors to steal and spy on us, as well as medical equipment. We need to work with our allies and our partners, shine a bright light on China's human rights violations and their efforts to conceal this pandemic. But then the United States can offer a way out. We can help lead the free world in a century.
That may be a last question to you about the things that we do right now in the South China Sea, in Hong Kong, in Taiwan. While the rest of the world deals with the pandemic, China is moving in these three areas.
I mean, China is refusing to allow Taiwan to participate in the because Taiwan will not agree to be a part of China. And that is a horrifically bad policy for the rest of the world, especially because Taiwan did such a great job of containing the virus, having learned from China's deception in SARS. They are stealing our intellectual property. I think we have a bipartisan country. Democrats agree that this should be a high priority.
Yeah, indeed, and John Ratcliffe, the DNI,
taking us to Bergen. We'll make a right here.
is a dangerous threat. Dan Hoffman, always a pleasure to have you. Tonight involved in launching the Michael Flynn. New evidence that he might have received intelligence on Flynn. We'll get reaction from the Trump campaign up next.
At Florida Specialists, we are setting a national benchmark for especially when it comes to clinical research. Whether you're a full-time or Florida resident, you'll find advanced treatments at really weird locations across the state in Gainesville. Florida Cancer Specialists. Online at flcancer.com.
When running a business, HR issues can kill you. Wrongful termination suits, minimum wage requirements, labor regulations, and HR managers here. I'm Alan Jones, founder. I created Bambi specifically for small business. Get a dedicated HR manager, craft HR policy, and maintain your compliance, all for just $99 a month. Seriously. Let's change HR from your biggest liability to your biggest strength. With Vandy, their dedicated HR manager is a phone, email, or real-time chat. From onboarding to terminations, we customize your business, help you manage your employees day to day, all for just $99 a month, period. Month to month, no fees, free HR today.
Go to bee.com/ to the BEE.com/trust. bee.com/trust.
Fair Harbor makes the most comfortable and versatile shorts on the market. Now, we always hated mesh lining. The chafing is horrible. Beach at sunset. So Fair Harbor, all mesh lining with their built-in box. Softer than anything you've ever ordered. From swimming to exercising to lounging and even sleeping, you won't take them off. And Fair Harbor is also now offering a new kids line, so your younger guys will be hooked too. As an added bonus, all Fair Harbor shorts are made from recycled plastic bottles. To date, Fair Harbor has recycled over 2.5 million plastic bottles, keeping plastic out of our waterways and off the beaches. Fair Harbor makes products for you to enjoy the places you love while protecting those places at the same time. Fair Harbor is offering 20% off for everyone listening right now. So head over to fairharborclothing.com and use the code radio20 for 20% off and say goodbye to mesh lining forever. That's fairharborclothing.com, promo code radio20.
The following is a public notice for people suffering with fibromyalgia symptoms. Researchers from the University of Illinois College of Medicine had the first definitive blood test for the biomarkers of fibromyalgia. Those who test positive may qualify for an FDA-approved clinical trial of a breakthrough symptom-eliminating treatment. Previously, a fibromyalgia diagnosis could not be confirmed. Now, participants can have definitive confirmation of this debilitating disease. The test is covered by nearly all insurance plans. An FM test can even arrange to have your blood test done by a licensed medical professional in the comfort and security of your own home. If you suffer from chronic fatigue, mental fogginess, or chronic pain, it may be fibromyalgia. Take this opportunity to get the first and only definitive test. If you test positive, you could be among the first to receive a breakthrough treatment formulated to eliminate all fibromyalgia symptoms. Space is limited, so go now to myfmtest.com. That's myfmtest.com. myfmtest.com.
With data breaches on the rise and your personal info in so many places, you're like an unsuspecting zebra at the watering hole. Thieves can pounce on your info to steal your identity.
And it doesn't look good for the zebra.
That's why LifeLock helps detect a range of threats to your identity. If there's a problem, a US-based specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions, but with LifeLock, you don't have to be a sitting duck. Right now, get 25% off your first year. Go to LifeLock.com and enter promo code SMART.
Is this brand new?
America's listening, streaming, and engaging with Fox News. America is watching Fox News. Sirius XM Channel 114.
The chairwoman of the Republican National Committee says the party's nominating convention will go on as planned 100 days from now in Charlotte, North Carolina. Wanda McDaniel says changes are possible, including moving some events to smaller venues and others outside. Let's bring in Mercedes Schlapp, Senior Advisor to the Trump campaign. Great to have you here. So tell me, I think people are really interested in this, and you're confident that an in-person convention can happen this summer?
Yeah, I think we're obviously going to be working with the convention and as well as the state government to make sure that we're able to have a convention. Obviously, we want to do this in a safe and responsible way, ensuring that the health of our delegates are, obviously our top priority. So, those conversations are going to continue throughout the summer.
And do you think that the president, I just wonder what all you want to accomplish at the convention. I mean, obviously it's a big moment for him, but he's got these battleground states that he can travel to as well. North Carolina maybe even being one of those. Is that one of the considerations?
Well, I think what's important to know is that the goal of every convention, and you know this, Dana, from your past, is knowing that you're going to renominate the president. So that's going to be our ultimate goal, is the opportunity to talk about the president's accomplishments, promises made, promises kept, and ensure